Dubai, where he took the UAE Derby at 1 mile and 3/16. His only race on dirt, a 12th here in the Breeders' Cup Juvenile. His trainer Aidan O'Brien won the English 2000 Guineas earlier today. Number 2 is Optimizer, trained by 4-time Derby winner Wayne Lucas, but he has only one career win, this colt, and that was on the turf at Saratoga last year. Owner Brad Kelly just paid $36 million to buy historic Calumet Farm. Number 3 is Take Charge Indy. Calvin Burrell seeks his 4th Derby victory aboard the Florida Derby winner. Owner Maribeth Sanford is a Louisville native now living in suburban Chicago. She developed Bag Makers Incorporated, one of the largest makers of reusable grocery bags in the country. The 4 horses, Union Rags. Michael Matz has followed the same formula he used to win the Derby with Barbaro. This colt has been sometimes brilliant, sometimes erratic, with a propensity for trouble. Compromised by a poor ride when 3rd in the Florida Derby. Dullahan is the 5, named for a creature headless in Irish fairy tales. Jerry Crawford of Des Moines, whose roots are in Ireland, heads the Donegal Racing Partnership for this Bluegrass Stakes winner who is 0 for 3 on dirt. His half-brother, Mind That Bird, won the 2009 Kentucky Derby. The 6 is Bodemeister, only 4 career starts and none last year, and the last Derby winner to have not raced a 2, Apollo, in 1882. Yet he was brilliant for Bob Baffert and Mike Smith with a nearly 10-length victory in the Arkansas Derby. He'll face some early pace pressure today. 7 is Rousing Sermon, a late-running California-bred colt trained by Hall of Famer Jerry Hollendorfer in search of his first Derby victory. This horse was 3rd in the Louisiana Derby. Number 8 is Creative Cause, who gives 71-year-old veterinarian turned trainer Mike Harrington and 80-year-old owner Heinz Steinman their first trip to the Derby. Steinman, a native of Switzerland, a champion skier at UCLA, and now a ski resort owner with 11 children and 31 grandchildren. His colt won the San Felipe, then beaten the nose in the Santa Anita Derby. The 9 horse is Trinaberg, owned by Shavanda Parbu from Trinidad, who bought the colt on a whim while making a delivery at the Ocala Breeders' sale of 2-year-olds. Trained by his dad, Biznath, and Trinaberg has brilliant speed. He's never been beyond 7 furlongs. Watch out when he starts to back up. Number 10 is Daddy Knows Best, one of 2 trained by Steve Asmussen, who is 0 for 10 at the Derby, owned by Texans Kathy and Bob Zollers. This horse has won 2 in a row, but against lesser competition. The 11 is Alpha. Sheikh Mohammed, the ruler of Dubai, has been trying to win the Derby since 1999. His best finish 6th. This horse has sometimes been fractious at the gate, but was perfectly behaved in the Wood Memorial, where he checked sharply in the first turn, still finished 2nd by a neck to Gemologist. The 12 is Perspective. Both jockey Luis Contreras, trainer Mark Casse, Sovereign Award winners as Canadian champions. And owner Jack Oxley tasted Derby magic with Monarchos in 2001. This colt winner of the Tampa Bay Derby, then 6th in the Bluegrass. 13 Went the Day Well, the same owner, trainer, jockey that scored with Animal Kingdom in the Derby last year. And the same prep race win, too, the Spiral Stakes at Turfway. This horse began his career in England and is named for a British World War II movie. 14 is Henson. He's been on his toes since coming over from the stable area. Champion 2-year-old last year. Won a key race, the Breeders' Cup Juvenile, here at Churchill Downs, trying to temper his speed as he did in winning the Gotham. Then he reverted with a 2nd in the Bluegrass. Gemologist is the 15, 5 for 5 in his career. 2 of those wins here at Churchill Downs. Never seriously challenged until the Wood Memorial, where he fought off Alpha. This is the same owner-trainer combination, Winstar and Pletcher, that won the Derby with Super Saver 2 years. Larry Colmus with the call.
All in line and ready for the start. They're off in the Kentucky Derby. And as expected, Triniberg had a great start. Gemologist is also out quickly. Henson is in between horses, and Bodemeister is down on the inside. And now Bodemeister's ahead of Triniberg. Bodemeister and Triniberg will lead that charge to the first turn at Churchill Downs. Daddy Longlegs, Henson. Oh, Henson's hard to control early. Gemologist is fifth on the outside. I'll Have Another is next. And Calvin Burrell is right on the rail with Take Charge Indy as they move into the turn. And then it's Daddy Knows Best on the far outside. Liaison, Creative Cause, Optimizer along the rail. Between those two is Dullahan. And then it's Alpha, followed by Saber Cat. Rousing Sermon to the inside. Perspective went the day well. Union Rags is third last early. He is 18th onto the backstretch ahead of Done Talking and the trailer El Padrino. 45-1. Oh, they're flying up the backstretch. And Bodemeister's in front. He's on front by a length and a half. Triniberg on the outside is second by another 2 lengths. Henson is in third. Take Charge Indy gets that rail trip in fourth as they head for the turn. He's 5 lengths off the lead. Gemologist is next. Then I'll Have Another. Liaison is on the outside. Union Rags is down at the rail. He's in traffic. Union Rags in a lot of trouble on the far turn. He's boxed in. Bodemeister on the lead as they round the far turn. Triniberg is second. Henson is third. I'll Have Another. Creative Cause moves up on the far outside. But it's Bodemeister at the top of the stretch. And Bodemeister's got a 5-length lead. I'll Have Another on the outside. Now has moved into second. And then down toward the outside, Creative Cause. Bodemeister holding on to the lead. I'll Have Another on the outside is closing in. I'll Have Another collars Bodemeister. Dullahan on the far outside. Here's the wire. I'll Have Another has won the Kentucky Derby. And then it was Bodemeister, Dullahan, and went the day well.
Wow, I'll Have Another. Doug O'Neill accepting the hugs all around, owned by J. Paul Redham, who is a staunch supporter of thoroughbred racing. This is a horse that won the Santa Anita Derby by a nose after not racing from February 4th when he won the Robert Lewis as a 40-1 shot. Came back in the Santa Anita Derby, won it by a nose. The first win in history for post position 19 in the Kentucky Derby. And in his first Kentucky Derby ride, Mario Gutierrez, who was based at Hastings Park in Vancouver, went to Southern California. The owner, Redham, said to Doug O'Neill, let's try Mario. And in his first try, wins the Kentucky Derby. Wow.
I've been asked all week long, probably more than any other question, what about Mario Gutierrez in his first Derby win? Will he freeze up? This kid's got ice water running through his veins. No, he hasn't made any mistakes since the Santa Anita Derby, before the Santa Anita Derby, in the San Felipe Stakes, and another great ride today.
What a job from the far, or the next to the far outside post position 2. Post 19, tactically, not an easy spot for this horse because he has enough speed to be a stalker. He came from pretty far back in the pack today.
And Donna is next to Mario.
I am next to Mario, and I can tell he's already overtaken with emotion. Mario, you're just came off a Santa Anita win with this horse. Your first Kentucky Derby, you get the win. How special is this?
I don't know what to say. Thanks to Mr. Redham for the first time he saw me in Santa Anita and gave me the opportunity to ride this horse. This amazing horse. So thanks to him, Doug O'Neill, all his connections, the grooms, everything. Everybody do such a great job with him. My family in Mexico, I know they were cheering for me. I know they were pushing me. I know that's what I got there. My beautiful second family from Vancouver. I know Hastings was pushing me. I know they got me to the wire. Thank you.
So you feel like people in Mexico were rooting for you, people in Hastings, Canada were rooting for you. You just felt like you had support from all over the world.
I know since I made this course, all my family and Mexico friends, Vancouver is being so supportive. They keep sharing for me, emails and everything. Doug O'Neill, his connections, Mr. Redham, Mrs. Redham.
Mario, you thanked everybody but the horse. What an amazing race from him today.
He's an amazing horse. I'm sorry, but he's just an amazing. I keep telling everybody since the first time I met him, I knew he was the one. I knew he was good. After all the criticisms, they didn't believe he could have made it this far. I said in an interview, even if they got me to pick for the whole rest of the film, I would stay with him 100%, no doubt about it.
Thank you, Mario. Well done. As you can tell, I think that this is a special victory for him, Tom.
Can you imagine? Mario Gutierrez, Mexican native, was riding in the small-time circuit up in Canada, just 25 years old. Went to Southern California. J. Paul Redham, the owner of I'll Have Another, watched him run, said to Doug O'Neill, let's try this young rider. Well, he has made some personal history here. His first Grade 1 win, that's the highest class of racing in America, was the Santa Anita Derby. He follows that up with a win in the biggest race in the country. I'll Have Another. After Bodemeister had set the 5 fastest splits in Derby history.
Yeah, that was the key, the draw here, because Mario Gutierrez, he was able to stay away from this fast. That's the beauty of this horse. He is quick from the starting gate, and Mario is allows him to drop back and make this run, and it's a resolute run from the head of the stretch. You can see Bodemeister getting wobbly-legged, getting a little bit tired right now, and you see I'll Have Another just getting his best stride, Randy.
And I know there is surprise in a lot of people's eyes that Bodemeister went out there head-to-head with Triniberg, the sprinter, in the front end through those fast tractions. We were wondering what the tactics were going to be for Bodemeister, but they went right for the jugular, and what a good race Bodemeister ran in defeat to hang on like he did.
Doug O'Neill, the trainer of I'll Have Another. Let's listen to his reaction.
Here's the wire.
So Doug O'Neill with his first Derby victory. His brother Dennis picks out most of these horses, and did with I'll Have Another, picked him out at the sales. So an unlikely team. Dennis O'Neill, Doug O'Neill, Mario Gutierrez winning it for J.